It's one of those big questions, isn't it? Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if this whole universe is just some kind of cosmic accident? Or if maybe there's a deeper design at play? Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty profound idea from a series of theological lectures. It's this concept that our universe isn't random at all, but is actually built on a divine order, on purpose, and on truth. And this idea brings us right to a fundamental philosophical question, one that these texts really grapple with head-on. Was all of this, the heavens, the earth, and literally everything in between, was it all created with a deep, abiding purpose? Or is it all just cosmic chance, a kind of divine play? Well, the source material answers that question without any hesitation. It lays out a core theme right from the get-go. Creation is an act of haq. Now, haq is an Arabic word that means truth, reality, and purpose, and it's presented as the complete opposite of lab, or play, which is something aimless, something without a real goal. And here, you can see the source of this analysis for yourself. This distinction, this clash between a system built on truth and purpose versus one that's false or aimless, this is the absolute bedrock for the entire worldview we're exploring today. Every other concept we're about to discuss builds on this single, powerful idea. Okay, so if the universe is purposeful, if it's based on haq, you have to ask, where does that purpose come from? Where is the command center? And that leads us to our first major theme, the metaphysical headquarters from which this entire ordered universe is governed. So the texts introduce this concept of the arsh, or the throne. Now, it's absolutely crucial to get this right. We're not talking about a physical chair sitting somewhere up in the sky. Not at all. It's a metaphysical concept. Think of it as the all-encompassing reality of God's absolute dominion and command. It's less of an object and more like the ultimate source code for the entire cosmic operating system. Now, within that vast reality of the throne, the texts describe another, related concept, the kursi, or the footstool. So if the throne is the ultimate all-encompassing command, the footstool represents a more specific domain. It's the realm of God's active knowledge and direct influence over the cosmos that we can perceive, the heavens and the earth. Putting them side by side like this really helps it all click. You can see the arsh is the big picture. It encompasses everything. It's the realm of absolute authority. The kursi, on the other hand, is contained within the arsh. It's where that authority becomes specific, active knowledge. It's the manifestation of that authority. So one is the ultimate source of command, the other is the sphere where that command is actively being carried out. But here's the thing. This grand metaphysical order, it isn't just some abstract idea that's locked away in the unseen world. According to these texts, its signs and its echoes are all around us. They're made visible and tangible right here in the physical world. And that brings us perfectly to our next section, where we're going to explore the signs of this divine order as they actually appear in the natural world. The source analysis points to verses just like this one. It highlights things that we see all the time. Thunder, lightning, clouds, and says, hey, wait a minute, these are more than just meteorological events. They're interpreted as direct signs, almost like communications from that divine command center we were just talking about. What's so fascinating is how these phenomena are given these really specific theological meanings. In this view, thunder isn't just a sound, it's an act of glorification. Lightning isn't just electricity in the sky, it's this dual-purpose sign, one that inspires both fear and hope at the same time. And rain? Well, rain becomes the ultimate symbol of life being given directly by divine will, a power that brings the dead earth back to life. Okay, so we've gone from the cosmic scale of the universe and the global scale of nature, but now the analysis zooms way in. It brings this entire grand order down to the most personal level imaginable, the individual human being, you. And this, of course, raises the key question for anyone learning about this system. Okay, that's great, but how does this vast cosmic order actually connect with me, with my day-to-day life? The answer that's provided in these texts is this really interesting concept of the mu'aqibat. The word itself means the successors or those who follow one after another. And they're described as unseen beings, what we would probably call guardian angels, assigned to every single person. So what is their role? It's basically threefold. First, they are in constant succession. That means a person is never without this guardianship, day or night. Second, their purpose is protection, guarding the individual from the front and the back. And third, And this is really the crucial part. They don't act on their own whim. They are agents carrying out their function by God's command, which makes them a direct, personal link between the individual and the entire cosmic order. So, this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. If you have a universe built on purpose, with signs in nature, and even personal guardians for each person, what's humanity's role in all of this? I mean, if the entire system is so perfectly ordered and purposeful, how is a person supposed to navigate it? How do you align yourself with that hawk, that truth, that underpins all of existence? The answer, as it's detailed in the source analysis, is what's called Dawat al-Haq, the true call. And when you think about it, it's a very logical concept. If the entire universe is governed from one central point of command, then any prayer or any call directed somewhere else is, well, it's fundamentally futile. It's just going to go astray. The true call is about aligning your own will with the will that actually governs reality. But then, how does a person learn how to make that true call? Well, the texts explain that guidance isn't just left to chance. A manual is provided. The Qur'an is presented here as that ultimate revelation, a guide sent to humanity specifically to help us navigate this purposeful reality. And this leads to a really powerful conclusion. The worldview that's being presented here sees divine law not as something arbitrary or imposed on a chaotic world, but as a guide that's perfectly in harmony with the natural law of a universe that is already founded on truth. It's like the instruction manual for a system that is already running beautifully. And this is really the final takeaway. Within this entire framework, faith and prayer, they're not a desperate shout into some empty, random void. Instead, they are a conscious, deliberate answer to an order that is already present in absolutely everything, from the grandest cosmic throne all the way down to the quietest beat of your own heart.